What's up, Capstone family? This is Ed Drummond coming at you on this Friday, the 29th of July. Hope you're enjoying the week. I hope you're staying dry. So stoked that there's a lot of rain out there right now. Definitely gets us some more calls by way of roofing issues and that type of thing. But gosh, we need the rain. I know you all are feeling it too. This whole West Coast seems like it's just drying up in a big dust bowl, but this rain is very welcomed, and it looks like it's going to continue for a little bit. So just a heads up, if you get a call from us regarding roofing, leaking, anything like that, please respond as quickly as you can so we can get things rectified and make sure that it happens. In this situation, and I know I bring this up quite often, but this year for maintenance this summer has been especially challenging just due to the fact that a lot of our vendors don't have the bandwidth, don't have the resources, don't have the manpower, don't have a lot, and it's forcing them to sometimes reevaluate. Like, we had a pool company that we were working with, and they were doing a pretty good job, and all of a sudden they needed to make a shift, and they ended up selling. And once they sold, the service just completely changed. So that means that we've got to reevaluate and put a whole new pool service into that area. So again, there's a lot of things that are being affected and impacted right now with the market the way that it is. But yeah, to that point, this week, Fed raised rates, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So we've been seeing so far. Up until this week, like, the sales side of the business has been just ridiculously slow. We have a property that is coming on the market for sale just after the tenant moves out here in a few days, right? And it's coming soon right now. We preemptively put it on the market to sample, to test the waters. And when we looked at the market 4 weeks ago, there were 4 comparable properties that were in line with what we are going to be providing when this place goes for sale. The good news is that most of those, if not all of them, are already under contract, which is a great sign, and they've all gone under contract within the last week. So that's helpful. We definitely are seeing, a surge of interest from people who, interest rates, they've been bouncing 5.5 to 6.5 for a little bit now, for at least a couple of months. And I think, buyers are just really starting to see that that's just the way it is. We did sit on a conference call this week. If you have interest in, buying something in the future or want some creative strategies, Bison Ventures gave us an overview. That service that I always talk about that Rachel uses, called Mortgage Coach. She put together a whole presentation that talks about a couple of really, really, really creative ideas for getting offers accepted right now, and honestly helping buy rates down. So because the market's shifted, we've turned from a high, hardcore seller's market, all of a sudden the brakes were hit, right? And you've got all these buyers now who have options. We're over 16,000 houses on the market right now, active. Last week we were just over 15. So again, up just under another 1,000 houses since the same time last week. So it looks like it might be dipping a little bit, or it could be that demand has just picked up enough to where it brought those back down. We'll see next week. But with the Fed raising rates, we've got, HELOCs are affected, your credit cards are affected, those things are affected. Interest rates, though, aren't necessarily as affected right away. So hopefully we see, interest rates are more based on the confidence that people have in the market, and it seems like the confidence in the market is going the right direction, as if the Fed, with their increased rate, is going to hedge against inflation and going to bring, the recession to a standstill, whatever that might look like. I also think, honestly, that the Fed did that to slow down, real estate prices and just hold that back so that things stay more affordable. I think all over the country, it's pretty insane as to what people are paying just to be able to afford to buy a house. Also, with those who are looking to rent, the average cost for a 2-bedroom right now, in order to be able to purchase or to rent a 2-bedroom property in Arizona right now, the median, you have to make at least $22 an hour. That's $10 over what people are paid on minimum wage. So it's pretty insane as to how high rates have gone comparatively. Let's see. I think right now, the market supply has been solved. We've solved that equation. There will be more houses hitting the market at the beginning of next year after Super Bowl, I predict, because a lot of those properties, a lot of those owners are thinking that they're going to use their home as a way to make more income during the Super Bowl, but then all of a sudden they're going to realize after Super Bowl that it's not worth holding on to those properties as rentals anymore because it doesn't make economic sense. Once that happens, we're going to see another glut, another surge of properties hitting the market. So be ready for that. And I'm just coming up with that. That's not where I've heard anywhere else. So you've heard it here first. Let's see. Affordability is more than an issue than it's been in the past. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got this week. It was kind of an interesting week this week. We had a lot of stuff coming at us from different angles. I think more than anything, if there's feedback that I could give as an owner, it's making sure that you recognize what maintenance should look like right now. Don't second guess the first decision that Capstone gives you, because at the end of the day, if it takes too long, it's just costing you money and it could cost you the tenant. Remember, a tenant moving out of a property is going to cost you a lot more when it comes to turning it and losing rents and that type of stuff than anything else. Also, leasing properties with tenants in them is not advised. It's something that we're more than likely going to go away from entirely. So if you have a property and you're thinking of renting it while the tenant is living there, the liability has just become so great that it's something that we just don't even want to deal with. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I appreciate you watching this. Amazing week here in Arizona with the rain. Super excited. I'm going to take advantage of that this weekend, and I hope you are too. If there's something that we could be improving upon or you'd like to see differently, let me know. I always appreciate your feedback, as well as hearing more about your strategy for how you're making this market work for you. Thanks so much.